All right, hey, good afternoon, y'all. Happy Sunday. I'm about to ship this thing out, so before I do, I figured I'd make a real quick demo because several people had expressed curiosity about what exactly it is that this etching marking machine does, and hopefully I'll be able to explain it here pretty quickly. Say you want to make some sort of custom mark on a piece of metal, whether it be stainless steel, aluminum, or some other exotic, more higher carbon alloy or something, as many tool makers will want to do. Here I have a very small piece of stainless steel. I masked it off with electrical tape and made a stencil for whatever kind of image you want to make. I just made this real quickly. At some point, I'd like to invest in a vinyl cutting machine so I can make more detailed stencils. Anywho, you turn it on, set the selector switch here to the DC position. That is to etch. That means we're going to be removing some of this material. You have your electrolyte solution. This one is just straight vinegar and salt because I'm going to be making a salad later. If you wanted to, you could find more exotic electrolyte solutions involving, reactive metal salts and that sort of thing. But for the DIY purposes, this is good enough. The red end, positive, goes to the piece of metal that you're going to be working on. Black end goes to a little Q-tip that I've dipped into this solution. And let's see what happens. Start rubbing it on there. If we can get it to stay still. Let's put it at a little higher power. So you can already see it's starting to turn a little brown there. Oh, and it's smoking too. How fun. The burning tells you it's working. You can see it's even kind of bubbling up around the edges of this thing. Don't go over the edge of your stencil. Have a couple of these Q-tips ready to go. Still going. Stay with me, guys. The payoff will be good. Make sure you don't rub off the stencil in the corners. Sometimes it's handy to do little dabbing motions too, rather than the rubbing like I was doing. And these fumes coming off here probably are toxic, but I'm a wild boy. I don't care. Let's do one more little pass doing the etching before we mark it. I reckon that's good enough for now. All right, so now that we've etched it, we've stripped away a little bit of that material inside of that lines of that stencil. Now we're going to switch it over to alternating current, where we are going to mark it or darken those lines using the same electrolyte solution, using the same orientation of these leads. Just switch it over to AC. Kind of dab it on there. We may be able to get a good visual of it actually turning darker. Yeah, there we go, boy. Uh-oh. Quickly, quickly. I know some of y'all are getting bored already. Can't imagine. Have you no interest in the sciences, my friends? We are almost there, I promise. All right, I think that's good, about good enough. Turn it off, take off your lead, and we're going to take off our masking. And there you go. If I were to have done it longer, that would have eventually started getting a lot darker and eventually be black. If I'd have left it on the etching function, it would have certainly recessed these lines more than they are, but you can feel that they're definitely cut into that surface. Anywho, that's how a electrolysis etching marking works. If you dig this sort of thing and you want something like this for yourself, they're available. I have several already made that I would be willing to sell you. Anyway, until next time, Mike Teppin from Northfield Sound. Peace.